He sat at the counter in a truck stop off a highway in Arkansas, looked up from his coffee and watched them fall. An old truck driver, as tough as the roads he'd ride, looked away from the TV screen and pushed his full plate to the side, and put his money on the counter. Without a word he left, and sat on the bumper of his 18-wheeler and stared at the ground and wept. For those who sought their daily bread, silver shadows streaked above their heads, cast like stones of anger in the air, cut deeper and deeper than a stranger's stare. In towns and cities across this land, people bowed their heads and they joined hands and held on to each other for dear life. And vigils held in candlelight, as if by dawn's early light, whispered words of prayer and sacred hymns. 500 million flags waved in the wind, and even the unbelievers said amen. And even the unbelievers said amen. In a farmhouse in Nebraska, outside of Omaha, she filled his cup with coffee, they watched them fall. They'd been through hard times, empty fields and drought, but she never saw him show the pain for what they needed and did without. Now breezes bent full fields of grain as she watched from the back porch steps, as he slowly walked to a distant field and leaned on his tractor and wept, as heavy clouds of dust and smoke drifted down the Jersey coast on bitter winds as far as the heart can't see. And darkness fell over the land of the free. In towns and cities across this land, people bowed their heads and they joined hands and held on to each other for dear life. And vigils held in candlelight, as if by dawn's early light, and whispered words of prayer and sacred hymns. 500 million flags waved in the wind, and even the unbelievers said amen. And even the unbelievers said amen. Louisiana cardinal rate is hammered down, fishing boats are tied to docks in Puget Sound. The 6th grade class in Sioux Falls put their books away. The teacher looked into their eyes and searched for something to say. In a Chicago family grocery store, couldn't afford to lose a minute on the close sign on the door. In the hills of California, reality's out of touch. And the ocean views and the swimming pools suddenly didn't mean that much. And twisted steel and crushed concrete and shattered glass scattered at their feet. They gave their lives that others might be saved. Heroes, and true heroes in the home of the brave. Heroes, and true heroes in the home of the brave. In towns and cities across this land, people bow their heads and they join